Hello, everyone. My name is Shamika Tompkins, and I'm an independent consultant of Paparazzi's Accessories. The name of my business is Love Dub Jewels. Okay, I wanted to come on really briefly because I am an executive director with Paparazzi. Started the business in August of 2017, and I absolutely love it. So I do this thing, y'all, and it's called Successful Sundays, and I do it with my team typically. And the name of my team is Team Treasure Hunters. Okay. So I typically do a successful Sunday with my team, and I said, you know what, let me come on because I do understand that there are some people who don't have the support of a sponsor, whose sponsor is no longer in the business, whose sponsor is on a pause, whose sponsor is just not available for whatever reason because life happens, right? So I was like, let me come on and do my YouTube video so that I can share with anyone else who may can benefit from this information. So I'll let y'all know the type of things that I share with my team. So on today with my team, with Team Treasure Hunters, I did share with them a few points, and I'll go over those points with you as well. Um, and we talk very candid on my team. Like we're very respectful, but we talk very plain. We just say what's what. Okay. So one of the main things I said was to practice what you preach. If you are someone who is in a position whereas people entrust you and now seek you out for advice, to seek you out for guidance, and to ask you for information, and you give them information, if you're telling them that you should be posting about your business, then you should be posting about your business. If you're telling them you should be sharing the opportunity, then you should be sharing the opportunity. If you're telling them that hey, get active on whatever date, or get active and then go for life at a party, blah 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 blah, whatever advice you're giving someone else, see, does it apply to you? Now, the point about that is that not all advice that you give someone else is going to apply to you, because it's not like everybody's situation is different. But if it's general basic stuff that can apply to you and should apply to you, make sure it applies to you and that you're practicing what you're preaching, because that way people can really respect you. Because you can't respect somebody, like if you're at work and you got a supervisor and your supervisor saying, hey, clean up behind yourself, and every time you come on you got to clean up behind them. You're like, what? Really? So be respectable, okay? Be respectable. And so my next thing was, a part of that was just being the example. As leaders, we have to make sure that we are the example. We set a good example. And the thing about it is that I try to make sure that I show up, because my team is dependent on me to show up. I expect them to show up. They want me to show up. I've got to be the example. People are watching you. There are times when I have to say, you know what, y'all, I'm taking a soft pause and I have to step back for a minute. I try to communicate that with my team. So that way everybody knows, hey, you don't have to stop what you're doing because I'm not doing this and doing that. I let them know I'm taking a soft pause. Okay. And when I have to do that, it's that so that they can know, okay, if you don't see me on live, if you don't see me posting, if you don't see me this, it's not because I've given up on my business and nobody knows what's going on. No, that's not what the case is. I just have some things that I have to resolve. So, and I think that's very humanistic. You have to make sure people realize things like that. This is a real business, but even though it's a real business, I have real life. And this is a business that I work in addition to my full-time job. That's not everybody's story. Some people have this as their full-time job. Kudos to them. I aspire to be there one day, but I'm not there yet. So I try to be the example. And by being the example, I just try to be transparent. That's pretty much the bottom line. I try to be transparent and let people know that this business works when you work it, but when you have to take time to get yourself together and to recruit for whatever reason, then that's what you have to do. Okay, so another thing is, as we talked about today, was reaching out to your potentials. Reaching out to people who that you meet in the community that show some interest. Reaching out to people who respond different ways on your Facebook page and they show you that they're interested in the jewelry. If they're showing you some interest, reach out to them. Find out how much interest, how interested are they. That could be your potential business partner. That could be a potential customer. Let them know that you acknowledge them. Reach out to your team. If you have a team, reach out to your team. And if you have someone that you have not directly sponsored, it does not matter whether you directly sponsor them or not. If you are the leader of a team, then whether you directly sponsor someone or not, you need to reach below that person. So if I personally sponsor, I'm going to say some names, Sue, and Sue sponsored Jane, and Sue also sponsored John, I, Shamika, will reach out to Sue. I will reach out to Jane. I will reach out to John with no problem. With no problem. Now, if Jane and John don't want to be bothered with me, if they're like, you know what, I really just want to go through Sue, okay. But I need to hear that. That needs to be said to me. Okay? Because I'm not going to let anybody be left behind. And I don't want anybody to feel like they're less important, because people can interpret things different ways if you don't communicate. If you don't say anything to somebody, they can have their own thoughts just running. Like, or maybe she don't talk to me because whatever. And it may have a negative connotation, and it's not even that. You may just be trying to be like, you know what, I don't want to be disrespectful. I want to let this person run her team, build her team, communicate with her people that she sponsored, or with her business partners. And they may be looking for a little bit more. Give them that opportunity. Give yourself that opportunity to establish a relationship with people. Okay? We talked about, this is a big one for me, life of the party. Life of the party is something that we have to earn. It's not something that we buy. And what do I mean by that? I mean that when we aspire to hit life of the party goals, whether it be bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, whatever the case is, you don't just buy it. You don't just go order jewelry, stockpile jewelry. You're not selling jewelry. You're just ordering jewelry because you want to hit a goal, because you want to get an award, because you want to get your name, get your face, your name, your picture in a collage. That's not what we do. We buy, sell, repeat. We buy, sell, recruit, repeat. We buy, sell, recruit. We also train and repeat. That's what we do. We don't just sit around and buy jewelry and stockpile it. We're not warehousing jewelry. That's not what we're doing. So if you're buying jewelry, and you're not selling jewelry, you may need to say, you know what, let me take just a moment. Let me take a moment and figure out, what do I need to adjust in my system so that I can get some of this jewelry out of my house. And I say that because we don't want to get to the point where we're over flooded with jewelry, because if you're over flooded with all this inventory, you've got jewelry coming in, you've got jewelry in boxes that you haven't had a chance to open, check, and organize, you've got jewelry galore, and you're not selling jewelry. I don't want to see any of the people that are on my team get discouraged. I don't want to see anyone get discouraged and be like, you know what, I'm just ordering jewelry. This is a bill. It's not a business. I'm not making any money. I'm not getting no 45%. I quit. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So if you're someone who is ordering jewelry, stockpiling jewelry, and your jewelry is not moving, then that's time to time where you have to say, you know what, let me just sit down for a minute and get things in perspective. What am I doing? What am I not doing? What am I doing that I could be doing better to move this inventory? Okay? My name is Shamika Tompkins. I'm an independent consultant. If you do not already have a sponsor, I would love to have you on my team and welcome you to Team Treasure Hunters. I do train my team. I do work with my teammates. If you decide to join with me, what I ask people when I call them, my initial question is, what is it that you want paparazzi to do for you? What do you want out of this business? And if people tell me that they want to do it as a hobby, they just want to make a little extra money, if they say, hey, I just want to get the discount, I respect wherever they are. But I established their line of communication. I understand from the beginning what their goals are. And I let them know, if your goal ever changes and you want to do more, I'm here to help. But if you want to do X, Y, Z, I'll help you with that too. But that way I know to put them in a category of people that I just check on occasionally. I'm not going to call them like I would and invite them to all the different things like I would if it were someone who said, you know what, I want to run in this business. I need this business to make me some money. I need this business to get me out of a slump. I need this business because I want to feel the love. I want to be a part of the sisterhood, the brotherhood. I want to be a part of the team. I have to roll with people differently. And it's not out of any kind of malice, it's out of respect. If you tell me straight up that um, you don't want to hold a lot of inventory, you don't want to do events, you don't want to build a team, I don't need to be inviting you to participate in all the different team building exercises because you've already explained to me that you don't want to do that. I'm not going to invite you to participate in some of the challenges because you've already told me that's not what you want to do. So I'm just trying to be respectful of my teammates. And when their mind change, if their mind change and they want to grow further, at least the line of communication has been established and they know that I'm here. Okay? All right. Y'all take care. Be blessed. And I hope this has helped someone. Thank you all so much. You can subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If this helps you, please go ahead and share it with your team. Share it with people that you know. I greatly appreciate all of you for coming on and watching. And I would really, really gratefully thank you for sharing and for subscribing to my YouTube channel as there are more trainings to come. Bye now.